Of all the Pokemon introduced in Regulation M-B, one Mega Pokemon caught my eye. This Mega was Mega Pyroar. There were two main things I liked about Mega Pyroar. First of all was its ability. Fire Main boosts the power of Fire-type moves by 50%. That's like having a choice specs on your Fire-type moves without having to lock into one. The second thing is its speed stat. At base 126, its speed stat is really good, being able to outspeed a lot of the top meta Pokemon without needing full speed investment. Pyroar has Heat Wave as a spread option, Overheat for burst damage, and Solar Beam for coverage, as well as Protect. While Pyroar makes good use of these moves on its own, we can take its damage output to the next level. We'll do this using Sun, and we have two main ways of setting this up. Torkoal can set up the Sun with its ability Drought, and using the move Helping Hand, it can boost the power of Pyroar's Fire-type moves to more than 3 times its base power. Torkoal can do more than just click Helping Hand though. It gets access to the powerful move Eruption, which can deal massive damage under Trick Room. It also gets the move Weather Ball against opponents with Wide Guard or after it's taken some damage. A lot of Torkoal's offensive pressure comes under Trick Room, so now I wanted a consistent way to get Trick Room up. I went with the pairing of Farigiraf and Incineroar. Farigiraf is an exceptional Trick Room setter due to its ability Armored Till and its good defensive typing. Farigiraf of course has Trick Room to set Trick Room, and uses Psychic as its main attacking move, with Thunderbolt for good coverage. I also gave it Helping Hand to help boost the power of Torkoal under Trick Room, or Pyroar otherwise. Incineroar was an easy pick for this team. Not only does it get access to Fake Out to help Farigiraf get Trick Room up, it also gets Parting Shot to help safely switch in Torkoal. As a bonus, Fire-type moves get boosted by the Sun, making its Flare Blitz do some very respectable damage. Typically, Incineroar like to use a Dark-type move for their last slot, such as Throat Chop or Darkest Lariat, but I went with Taunt to shut off opposing Trick Room strategies and to give me a better answer into Toxapex, who can be hard to hit with all of our Fire types. But with Pyroar being so fast, I know I didn't always want to use Trick Room. I wanted to use another form of speed control to make use of Pyroar's speed and offenses, so I went with Tailwind. To do this, I used Whimsicott because it also gets access to the combo of Prankster and Sunny Day, giving me a way to set up the Sun when I didn't want to bring Torkoal. Prankster Sunny Day also allows me to override other weather conditions that can give Pyroar trouble, such as rain or sand. I gave Whimsicott Moonblast to do some decent damage, and Beat Up, a not very common move, to combo with another new Pokemon introduced in Regulation MB. This Pokemon is of course Annihilate. Annihilate is a ghost and fighting type with the ability Defiant. This makes it really good into Incineroar, which otherwise is really hard for our team to hit. Its main strategy is to use the move Rage Fist, which gets stronger every time Annihilate is hit by an attack. These hits can come from our opponent trying to knock out Annihilate, or from our own Whimsicott using Beat Up targeting our Annihilate. Rage Fist will be stronger the harder Annihilate is to get rid of. To accomplish this, we'll give Annihilate the move Bulk Up, and Recovery in the form of the move Drain Punch and the Leftovers item. And with that, the team was complete. This team has a lot of great offensive tools, like Fake Out, Setup, Speed Control, Weather Control, and Spread Damage. Its main weakness comes from having 3 Fire types on this team. We'll have to look out for Aerodactyl, Garchomp, and Mega Swampert, and even to some extent Basculegion. All of these Pokemon can resist our Fire-type moves and swing back with huge damage. Our goal with this team is to get to Masterball tier, and with nothing else to discuss, let's see if we can do it. The first part of the grind went pretty smoothly. Mega Pyroar was doing insane damage, 2-hit KOing almost everything that was thrown at me, and Whimsicott's Speed Up combo caught some players off guard. There were some troublesome matchups, like a Flash Fire Typhlosion which I could only use Annihilate or Farigiraf into, a Palafin that could KO my Pokemon despite the Sun, and a Hippowdon which was dealing a lot of damage with the Helping Hand and Earthquake combo. Despite this, I was able to make it to Ultra Ball Tier 4 without losing a single game. I knew the run would get tricky from here on out, and the very first matchup of Ultra Ball Tier would prove it. This matchup was against the Mega Golurk Trick Room team. Mega Golurk would be problematic because it's incredibly bulky, but it can also one-hit KO a lot of our Pokemon with its powerful ground-type moves. As if that wasn't enough, they also had a Politoed that could set up rain disabling my offense. But I had a couple tricks up my sleeves. Polytoad was the only fire resistance, which means that if we can get Torkoal under Trick Room, Eruption would be difficult for them to stop, as long as we had the sun up. I lead with Whimsicott and Pyroar, as they send out Sinistcha and their Golurk. There's little reason for either of us to not Mega Evolve, and after we do, the position would look something like this. Due to Whimsicott's Sunny Day, Sinistcha can't reliably set up Trick Room while Pyroar is on the field. The best way to get rid of Pyroar is to protect Sinistcha and attack Pyroar with Golurk's Headlong Rush, since it can live a Heat Wave. Pyroar going for Overheat into Golurk punishes this play, but if they call out this play, they can just protect Golurk and use Trick Room, giving them the advantage. Pyroar goes for Heat Wave, but unfortunately Sinistcha protects itself, and Golurk KOs Pyroar with Headlong Rush. I need to set up Trick Room to get Torkoal in, but they make some great defensive plays, trading damage and setting up Trick Room, and crucially, wasting Sun turns. The next turn they protect and set up Trick Room, but now I don't have a safe way of getting Torkoal in. The opposing Ferrograph uses Dazzling Gleam, bringing both my Pokemon to the yellow thanks to a critical hit, and Psychic is able to KO their Sinistcha. Because they can get in Golurk for free under Trick Room now, I feel like I'm in a bad position, until I find a way to get Torkoal under Trick Room without taking that much damage. Despite Ferrograph going down and the sunlight ending, I'm in exactly the position I want to be. I send out Whimsicott, and the Sunny Day and Eruption combo knock out the low HP Pokemon. They send out their last Pokemon, Polytoad, who sets up the rain. Whimsicott goes for Prankster Sunny Day, giving me back the weather advantage. And thanks to this, Whimsicott and Torkoal are able to KO the Polytoad, winning me the match and getting me up to Ultra Ball Tier 3. After this, I was able to use Pyroar and Annihilate to clean up against this Mega Scrafty Sun team, and despite a rocky start against the Big 6 team, the Kingambit, which is really bad for us, I was able to get the win thanks to a Helping Hand Heat Wave from Torkoal and Pyroar. Eventually, I get to Ultra Ball 1, hitting a win streak of 10 in the process. But just as things were going well, I saw the matchup I didn't want to see most, Mega Aerodactyl and Garchomp. In addition, my opponent also had Kingambit and Ferrograph, making my usual lead of Incineroar and Ferrig to get up Trick Room really unreliable. I lead with Incineroar and Ferrograph, but they lead with Kingambit and Aerodactyl, giving them an advantage. They switch in Ferrograph trying to stop Fake Out, but I switch Ferrograph out for Torkoal, trying to use Flare Blitz to KO Kingambit in one hit, but it survives, thanks to the Focus Sash item. Kingambit retaliates with the Katak Leaf, dropping Torkoal to half health. I scrambled to reposition, switching out Torkoal for Pyroar and using Parting Shot on Incineroar to get in Ferrograph, without taking that much damage. Pyroar lands a Heat Wave, knocking out the Kingambit and landing a critical hit to knock out the Ferrograph as well, as my own Ferrograph sets up Trick Room. But this position is actually really bad for us. If Ferrograph hadn't gone down, we would have had to deal with the Garchomp or the Aerodactyl, but now we have to deal with both of them at the same time. I switch out Pyroar for Incineroar, getting off a crucial Intimidate, and Psychic deals good damage into Garchomp. But the Earthquake and Rock Slide combo finishes off both Incineroar and Ferrograph. With Sun running out at the end of next turn, and unfavorable damage traits for me, I lose the game, getting my first loss in the full run. Despite the loss, I was ready to keep going. It was a bad matchup, and losses happen. I had to keep my head up and have faith in my team. I would bounce back the next match, using Incineroar to support Annihilate, getting the win against the Charizard Sun team, and use Mega Pyroar and Ferrograph to get a win against the Mega Malamar Rain team with Milotic. After winning these two matches, I would only need one more win to make it into Masterball tier. My final matchup was against a team consisting of Incineroar, Ferrograph, Mega Camerupt, Mega Drampa, Rotom, and Aegislash. Because of all of their fire resistances, I need Annihilate to be the carry here, so I'll be leading Incineroar and Annihilate to help get Annihilate set up. However, Pyroar still seems pretty good here. It can do a lot of damage with Torkoal's Sun helping it, so I'll bring Torkoal and Pyroar in the back. Incineroar is also carrying a huge weight on its shoulders here. It needs to stop Ferrograph from setting Trick Room and potential Rotom from burning Annihilate with Will-O-Wisp using Taunt. This is a good test to see if Taunt Incineroar really is a good call. I lead with Incineroar and Annihilate as they open with Ferrograph and Rotom. I protect Annihilate and taunt Ferrograph, making sure Trick Room doesn't go up. Rotom follows up with the Volt Switch, confirming that Rotom is slower than Incineroar. My opponent repositions, bringing in Rotom to reset the taunt, and I parting shot to reduce the damage on Camerupt in order to set up a bulk up on Annihilate, taking an Earth Power in the process. I expect Helping Hand +1 Drain Punch to KO the Rotom, but it doesn't, and Torkoal goes down for the trouble. I send out Pyroar, hoping to KO both Camerupt and Rotom with a combination of Heat Wave and Rage Fist. But Camerupt protects, and Heat Wave misses Rotom, nullifying my double attack and allowing them to switch in Farigiraf for free, threatening Trick Room. I'm forced to trade my Pyroar for their Farigiraf, getting some good damage on Camerupt in the process. But now I'm down 3-2. But this isn't over yet. Annihilate can outspeed and KO all of my opponent's Pokemon, no matter what's in the back for them. I have to leverage Incineroar to keep Annihilate safe, letting it take all the KOs and winning me the game. They switch out Camerupt to reset the stat boost, but give me my Divine boost instead. I use Drain Punch to knock out Rotom. I Drain Punch Incineroar to call out a potential Protect or prevent a Will-O-Wisp from burning Annihilate. I parting shot with Incineroar just in case, and now it all comes down to whether or not Camerupt will critical hit its attack. Camerupt doesn't crit and Annihilate survives. My opponent locked in the forfeit and I win the match, and this victory brings me up to Masterball rank 4, completing the challenge. Thank you for watching this video. This team was super fun to use, and if you want to see more gameplay of it, I've uploaded the full run from Pokeball Tier 4 up to Masterball Tier using this team, which I'll link in the top right. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, please consider subscribing to get updates on my upcoming projects. This is my first time working on a project like this, so if you have any feedback, please feel free to leave it in the comments down below. And with that, have a great day and happy laddering.